Wow, I just have a light on. I believe it must be called. That's where you get up, right? Have some breakfast, have a coffee, have a shower, do some bits and pieces of organising. Oh, gears, it's like a mountainous terrain, isn't it? And then, what I think I might have watched last night's video or something like that. Next thing I know, it's fucking midday. I've been awake 20 minutes. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'd had I think it must just be all those nights sleep that where I kept waking up and stuff. He has got way too used to all the fuss. This is my guilt trip this morning. It was all over me, doing that thing with his nose up and down my fingers. Purr, 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 purr. All right, I'll feed you. So I went and fed him. I looked back and he was sitting on the bed like that. He's like, do you want your dinner? Sorry. Oh, mate. He just wanted this, didn't you? He's cool. Well, yeah, I upset the little Scampton, didn't I? Didn't I, Scampton? But fucking hell, man. Yeah, it's, what was I going to say? I'm seeing my cousin again on Friday. Just more cosmical shit. It's true, there's a lot of healing in that, you know? It's like, I think everyone just finds their own way. Because I've heard loads of people who, did one specific thing, and like, I've done that in loads of different ways. And you really focus on that area where all the pain is and everything, and and it's, and I've heard plenty of people say about layers. I've mentioned that before, about layers. And I think what you're doing is like you're actually sort of deepening your awareness of your own subconscious when you visit a load of that stuff. Because a lot of your subconscious is made up of the extra bits that your brain went, oh, look at that, and just created a bit more of your subconscious. And then your subconscious was listening and went, I'm a what now? Right, let me prove that to you. So you're gradually wandering back through all of that shit. And that's why we're all scared to. We don't know why. That's why people get stuck. They don't like the consequences, such as the consequences I'm having. But then when they revisit the shit, they're not revisiting it fully because they've still got that habitual part of them that's always lived in denial. And I think you effectively, the subconscious kind of goes, all right, you can have that bit. Or something. I don't know, but I know I've had many an epiphany. Always sounds like, I don't know why, it sounds like someone with a speech impediment swearing, that word. Epiphany. Must be a woman's name. There must be a woman's name. Only then they'd get called Epi, which is like not too nice. Mikey, what are you talking about? I don't fucking know, mate. Forgiveness, isn't it? It's just, I made that last video because I've spoken about it with my cousin, and she got what I was on about. It's kind of, I think once you get to a certain depth or width with something, it's when you can't quite reach it with each time you try or something like that. But I do know that I'm very rebellious in that whole, forgiveness is sending love to them. It's like people insist upon it. I think that's more of a measure of how far you've come when you're able to. I don't think that's the cure. I think it is an expression of the cure beginning to happen. Because I know when people say that, and like I say, I have had it happen where you just sort of think, oh, she did what she did for her reasons or whatever. And sometimes it can just go. It can just fucking go. And I think that's when I thought it was personal. If I thought it was personal, and then I found out it wasn't personal. But, I can't make excuses for the behaviour that went on for that long and was done with such pleasure. That's not subconscious. Not subconscious. Not when you're feeling victorious, triumphant and proud and demonstrating that. That's not subconscious. You know when you're being nasty. You know when you're being to someone. And you know when you're taking a great deal of smug satisfaction in that and enjoying their pain. So that's not subconscious. And it, like I say, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant The thing that they did was the gun. The gun went off and caused the damage. Treat the damage first. Don't try and treat the damage by saying that the gun maybe wasn't really a gun, or, you know, the bullet's only a bullet if you let it be a bullet, and da-da-da-da-da. And if you talk about it in terms of a gunshot, you know, whether they meant it or not, that's a job for the legal team. That's a job for the solicitors and the police and the judges and the barristers and whatever. Healing the bullet wound is a job for the doctors and nurses. And that's what we need when we're hurt. We don't need the fucking legal team. We need the doctors and nurses. Yeah, everyone seems to think that you, just by becoming the fucking legal team, you can declare, basically, you just declare the feeling invalid. That's what you do. You declare the feeling invalid to the person. That's why I keep saying, just let them have their feeling. Even if you do not agree, even if you are stubbornly and arrogantly shouting at them, saying, no, forgive the other person. That's what I've had. I find it hilarious. I think you, sir or madam, are displaying quite an arrogant and fucking unforgiving attitude towards this you have to forgive them principle. Do you know why? Because you're in denial. Sorry. You are. I think that's the best way to keep a little bit more back in your subconscious. I really do. I think we go too fast. We go for the wrong things first. Because fucking everyone is walking around with fucking damages of different fucking degrees. You know what I mean? If your shit worked, mate, it'd be a harmonious world. And I think that's the other thing, is you can't forgive while you're still angry. Even if you try to, again, you're going to reserve a bit back. And that's why I say, let you have your pain. Because that's the bit that will block your forgiveness. That's the bit that will become denial. That's the bit that will become lying to yourself. It's the bit that's still, but, and that is not a childish fucking response. It is your inner child, but listen to him, cuddle her. You're allowed to have your pain. You're allowed to be hurt by something. You fucking are. It's okay not to be okay, isn't it? The other fucking thing that you all say about fucking a million bloody times a day. But that's what it means to me. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay. You're going to be hurt by something. And if it was years ago, your inner child's still fucking hurting and you've buried her. You've shut the door on him. And I did it too, because you all told me how great it was. And it grew into a big ugly fucker, and it jumped up one day and it bumped me so hard I thought I'd been bucked by a train. Was it fucking... Oh, The Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, I got a film. But yeah, like I say, you'll get a renegade's fucking view on this, but I'm a fucking renegade because I was trying it your fucking way. I am just talking to the general bratish twats in society, not my friends. Society's always the you. Generalistical societal dysfunction. I've got GSD. I really have. And I've got a cat. But yeah, that's my view on it, man. That's my view on it. You know, and sometimes you're told, like in dysfunctional relationships, the advice always is get the fuck away from them. Don't go anywhere near them. Because of what they did and because of what they will do again and because of how they manipulate any apology or reconciliation into a furtheration of their control. So then what's the fucking point? Having any forgiveness, reconciliation fucking attempts. Particularly when the end result is going to be guaranteed toxic. You need to get away from those fucking people. And that knowledge makes you know that it was fucking personal. Even though it still made me subconscious. Yeah, well, a lot of it is with me, and that's why I'm on my own and I'm unpacking this shit. And I'm looking at what's going on for me, and I'm looking at why I'm getting so angry, and looking at my expectations, and looking at my hurts, and looking at everything, and I have been for fucking years. Other people have had that opportunity too, and didn't take it, and kept on going, no, I'm right. That was a choice. Every single time, because this stuff does come up. So you have a choice when you've been hurt, and everyone did. Stop making weak excuses for people who did know better and didn't care. There's way too much assumption going on about people's intentions. And all you're doing is basically declaring your friend's feelings invalid. How do you know they did it, though? All of that. Stop all that shit. Stop speculating on what you think might have hypothetically happened and how that would hypothetically make their pain go away. Because quite often you do look at it from the other person, it's like, yeah, nothing's happened. But it's just them and da-da-da and send love. Yes, I have been. Nothing's happened. Can I please just say I've tried it and it didn't work? There's just a relentless reliance upon it. And it's, I see it not working. We're just softly bullying people into accepting their own pain and just basically saying, shut up. I think so. Because, no one should be stuck this long and shit like this. And knowing that I can hear the tuts and rolls of eyes as I make these videos sometimes, from people who are in my past. But we're constant influences of, oh, you just think, or you've just, and it's always, ugh. When someone's in pain, there's so often a tut and roll of the eyes, oh no. And then a load of other people saying, why is no one reaching out? Can't you see? Can't you see why no one's reaching out? And if you can't, then you definitely don't understand what they're going through. So stop telling them that. Honestly, this has felt like a prison. There's so much that I've tried to tackle these things and just people basically going, it's not happening, or it's only continuing to happen because you haven't forgiven the other person. No. And then, you get, like I said, come up against society's rules and break them a little bit and see the response you get from pretty much any average person. The degree of their no, how firmly they defend what they think they know, because, that's what happens in EastEnders. That's what everyone's fucking saying. And look, they're all right. No, they're just all good at pretending. I'm just not a very good actor. Don't know. But I know for a fucking fact that there'll be people who, this sort of shit sounds like self-absorbed bullshit, but some people will sit and watch this and go, he's fucking right. I know he's fucking right. Because they're the people I want to fucking reach out to. Because they're the ones that end up fucking pulling the trigger. Because they're just infuriatingly told that it isn't even happening, basically. And then when they're told, when they try and explain that, they're just told that they're thinking all wrong. Again, wrong. They were bullied, told they were wrong. They tried to fucking get better, told they were doing it wrong. Tried doing it, didn't happen, must be doing it wrong. Keep trying it. You're still wrong. Everything's wrong. So people get weary. What the fuck is the point? Tell me to reach out to you and you just make me feel about that fucking big and tell me none of it's happening. Society needs to learn much more about how to interact with people who are in my position before it starts bleating at them to pick the phone up and reach out to us. Please, please, we will love you. It needs to actually realise that it doesn't have a skill set. It doesn't have a skill set to manage people like me, and people like me are slightly different to fucking manage, and you can say the wrong thing and you can set them off, and then you feel that they're blaming you for it. You feel that they're having a tantrum and actually making that tantrum about you, so then you have a go at them. Seriously, I'm not talking about my friends, but I'm talking from experiences, again and again and again, experiences of tail between the legs experiences. I just want the pain to fucking stop. And I've been trying every fucking thing I can. And then one day it got about 15 times worse, and all of it came back. Everything I've worked on in the last 15 years, 14, whatever years. All said, hi, remember us? Well, we're triple the size. No, all that old shit doesn't work on us anymore. It's like when you've used an antibiotic on a virus and not used the bottle up. And then now it's immune to it. It's a very jolly good analogy there, Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. It's nice you don't normally comment on my analogies. Well, that was a good one. So, fair's fair. All right. Yeah, I think if I'm starting to talk to myself, I should wind my neck in. But I'll see how this one plays back before I launch it. Oh, hang on. 1444, I've got to, haven't I? There we go.